only way that you can affect it. Okay, Donna, good afternoon, good morning, good late evening, wherever you are around the world. Big welcome to In the Know with Peter Ngo. It is Wednesday, February 8th. My name is Peter Ngo, Senior Presidential Director here with LifeWave. I have my beautiful co-host, Ms. Donna Reiners, who is our Presidential Director here. How are you doing this afternoon, Donna?
I am so excited about today's podcast slash teaching slash training from the Peter Ngo.
Oh my gosh, I believe we started this a little bit over almost 12, 13 weeks ago. I just don't know where the time goes, but it is our first one for February. I just want all our participants. We have 94 workout buddies. I call us workout buddies in the gym today. That means we have 94 serious bodybuilders in the making, Donna.
Yes.
What do we do with all these bodybuilders? What do you do with them?
Well, we get to know one another and we get to build together and we get to learn together and we get to develop new spaces inside of ourselves that have been untouched, and we get to be challenged and changed, and we get to grow mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially.
Oh, I'll take all of that, and I'm just gonna add, we're gonna take all our muscles, everyone, and change the world. We're gonna light up the world, right?
Amen.
So I think everyone, each one of you, when you came here, when you said yes to the patch, when you saw the experience and you felt the experience yourself, you are part of the technology. This is already going part of the training, and I have taken the time out, especially ending last year to this year, because we are already a 3-year-old team going into the 4th year now between Marcy and I, between 40,000 distributors that have joined us already, okay? In 3 years of all the knowledge that Marcy and I have gained, all the brand new friends, family members, partners that we have met during the COVID, everyone, remember this. We're living in a new era. We're living in a new world. Everything before 2020 to me is obsolete. Everything moving forward now is your time. It's your world, because we all know now. We all know. Even if you were a billionaire, millionaire, a homeless person during the lockdown, doesn't matter if you had money or not. What was the most valuable thing that we had during that time? To me, it was relationships. It was literally being able to pick up the phone and being able to talk to someone at that time. Who here can resonate with what I'm saying? Raise your hand. Okay? And it's because of what we have developed back then. We did not have all the tools that we have today, meaning we did not have the startx39now.com website. We did not have the startx39biz.com website. We did not have the Telegram. We did not have the Facebook pages. All we had was the human connection when Marcy and I started our launch, okay? And I want to talk about certain things today. But after 3 years, whatever I've learned, whatever Marcy have learned, all we have been doing is we have been in the gym. We have been working out together. We have been developing muscles. Now, have we made mistakes? Yes, we all make mistakes, right? But what kind of mistakes are we really talking about? It is just mistakes that you can learn from and leverage, and don't do it again, and apply solutions. So I have taken this time every hour, 1 hour a week, to make sure now that whatever I've learned, I want to apply it to our team. And as everybody knows, it does not matter if you are brand new here. If you've never been in the industry, it's kudos to you, okay? You found your gym. You don't need to look anywhere else. Why? Because this whole gym is designed for the brand new person that has no experience in network marketing, no experience in business. You're like a blank sheet of paper. Does that make sense? And it's easier to have a blank sheet of paper to reprogram bad habits. Old habits are hard to break. New habits are hard to make. Let me repeat that again. Old habits are hard to break. New habits are hard to make. Okay? So, this whole gym analogy, this whole training that Donna and I have been doing since day one here, we are just teaching behaviors. We're teaching things, and we're talking about things here, skill sets, growth, organic growth, building styles. We're speaking the language that the industry does not talk about really, because I truly believe, and it was from my experience, that we have been programmed the wrong way in this industry, meaning that we have been pushed to sacrifice too much. We have been pushed to work too much with no systems, no structure, no support the proper way. And that's why everyone that joins this industry sometimes gets burned out. Who here feels burned out or has been burned out? Okay.
Sure.
I have,
Sure.
definitely. Okay. Marcy has, all the leaders, all the bodybuilders have. And that's why when we run into a system like this, we really, really, really appreciate what has been done here. So today's topic, I really want to go into, last week we talked about piquing people's interest, right? And pre-qualifying. So we really are staying on the lane. So let me refresh everyone if you don't know what the piquing is. Our system is called 3-3-3. Ask 3 people, what have you heard about stem cells? That is the same as piquing 3 people's interest. What have you heard about stem cells? Share what? Share our website, startx39now.com. Share a patching podcast, Zoom webinar on any of the issues that relates to your prospect to pre-qualify them. If you're having any challenges at all in the follow-up, in closing people, in get them to see something, then you are having a challenge piquing people's interest, because you might be only piquing them for one time and you're not showing them more of the value, okay, of what this technology is. You're not sharing them enough value what stem cells are, and you're not pre-qualifying them enough by having them see information without you. Remember, the name of the game is what? Less is more. Leverage tools to talk for you. We're not David Schmidt. We are not Dr. Stacy. We're not Dr. Harmon. Does that make sense? You're Debbie. You're Marie. You're Natalia. You're Lori. You're Donna. I'm Peter. You're always going to be you. Okay? Let's get that straight. But this is going to be the new version of you. For example, I always teach the gym analogy. You bought a gym membership. You already joined us. But now you want to work out? You got to come to the gym with us, right? And this is the proper gym time. So I would love to take 15 minutes here, and I want to get feedback now of everyone that was here last week when we were talking about the peak and the pre-qualified. Can anyone unmute themselves? And Donna, you can find them for me.
Yep.
Anyone would love to unmute, share what they applied last week, because we're going to take 15 minutes every week to go back to the people that used and applied what they've learned. And I want to hear this from you. So Cindy,
And be as concise as possible,
concise as possible, everyone.
where people can talk that way.
So Cindy, unmute yourself if you like. Five.
Sorry, I'm in the car. I'm going from business appointment to a business appointment. So thank you. I'm actually wanted to hear you, Peter. What I'll tell you is I'm practicing what you said because I do it as a realtor. I was at Starbucks having a business meeting. I talked to the girl. She's into natural medicine. I just sent her information as we're speaking in the meeting, and I piqued her interest. She gave me her phone number. If they give you their phone number, they're interested. If you give someone your card, they didn't ask for your card, then you're not peaking. They want to ask you, they give you their number. Think that's what you're asking. So yes, I practiced it and things are taking off like crazy. Thank you. And I love you.
No. I'm not letting you get away that easy. Hold on.
Excellent, though. That's really good. Cindy, awesome.
I love you, Donna.
No. But Cindy, hold on. We're gonna go deeper a little bit.
Okay.
I want to role play because you open up the door. Okay. I want everyone to hear this.
Okay.
How did you open up the conversation with this person in Starbucks?
Okay. I'm a people person. I had to go use the bathroom. Starbucks now has a code and she gave me the code. And then somehow we talked about what she did. I asked her about her. I used what's her name? Carol's daughter. I asked about her. And she said she's going to school and then she wants to be a naturopath. And I said, really? And then I started just sharing a little bit about what I'm doing. Mind you, I have an ADHD brain. It thinks too much. She was interested. And I said, and I told her I lost 42 pounds because I have, and I'm eating clean. And how do you do it? And blah, blah, blah. And then I said, would you want more information? She said, yes. And then she gave me her phone number. And then I just sent her some stuff from the app.
Okay, now time out. Did you ever get to the point where you ask her, what have you heard about stem cells?
No, I talk because
okay.
You're right. You're right. I didn't, Peter, because she was interested in my holistic lifestyle.
Correct.
So you're right. I jumped past that point. You're right. I didn't ask her because she's working. Understand, Starbucks is crazy fast. We talked about our ADHD and I shared some things in my app. Okay.
Got it.
So
okay.
I want to say one last quick. Starbucks actually shares the app, which I use. It's called Headspace. It was written by a monk. And we were on the same page about that. So we didn't I missed that point. Peter, you're right. But she seemed interested in what I'm doing to have a healthy, holistic life.
I'm glad everyone,
Excellent.
I'm glad you got to hear from Cindy how she started a conversation. She did not, though, pique interest in the topic.
You're right.
Does that make sense, everybody? She did not pique interest on stem cells. But what she did is, Cindy, you did a great job at breaking the ice. You did a great job at connecting to get a connection going, right? Now, from that point on, now you turned a cold lead into a warm lead.
That's what I was going to say.
Great job, okay?
Awesome.
That is great. And did everybody understand what Cindy did, okay? She literally just had a conversation and then turned it. But from that point on, though, she did not pique her interest. So the next conversation, what does she have to do now? She still has to come around and talk about stem cells.
And Peter, honestly, because I have an ADHD brain, I might have or might not. I talk to so many people on a regular basis because I love talking to people, and that's my greatest skill. But because I have to slow down my brain and then
Yes.
remember. But I
Now-
will tell you, let me just say one quick thing and I'll get off because I talk too much. The person I met, which was about real estate, I brought him all the stuff about the patches and shared it with him. So he already is.
Time out too. Again, I'm going to call out everything I hear, okay?
Yes.
You met your agent or your client and you brought him all the information. Did you ever ask him, what has he heard about stem cells?
Yes, I did. Yes. In fact, he is not, this wasn't a realtor. This is a business partner for real estate. And he has a daughter that had cancer. And yes, we did. And I've already sent him stuff and I gave him more stuff. So yes, I did. Sorry. I do so much in a short time. It's
Right.
like,
Now time out. Okay, so Cindy, I want everyone to hear this, everybody. Okay, again, Cindy has a different personality style. We all have different personality styles. But the reason why I'm stopping and moving and stopping and moving everyone is this. You can talk to 5, 10, 20 people a day, right, Cindy? If you don't remember, or if you don't really 1,000% focus on those people, and that's why our system is called the 3-3-3, because I really want you to really focus more deeply on that person. Exactly. How did you get to the conversation to connect? How did you get into the conversation of what have you heard about stem cells? What did you remember what he said about stem cells, and how did you dance through that to send them to pre-qualify and better? Does everybody understand what we're getting at? And if you do that 1, 2, 3 times with 3 people, Cindy, I don't want you to talk to the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th that day. Why is that?
too much, overload.
Too much. It's just too much. I hate to say it's just too much. Even for my lifestyle, sometimes I even have to slow down my book. It's because I want to give that person the attention, the influence. Does that make sense, everybody? If you're just churning and burning what you're learning, but you're not understanding what you're applying and you're just saying it, then again, you're going back to your old ways of what you've learned before.
Wow,
Does that make
powerful.
sense, everyone?
Yeah, I have a comment, Peter.
Go ahead.
I want to just share that I must admit I do more than 3 a day, but that's because I have the bandwidth for it. So you got to have the bandwidth for following up and following through with all those people, because I make appointments to follow up and follow through. So I'll do my 3. And then if I'm not going to talk to them for 2 days later, I'm going to do 3 more because I'm going to get them tomorrow. So that's just me. But what I want to offer is anytime you're in a conversation with someone and you can somehow, some way through your own friendliness, get their phone number in your phone. Listen, I literally hand them my phone. I said, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. I met this lady at Starbucks the other day as well. She had this shirt on that was very my style, very controversial. And I'm like, oh girl, where'd you get that? We had a little conversation. And by the end of my talking with her and being me, ADHD, like my sweet friend Cindy, she's like, here's my card and here's my phone number. It sounds like we're alike. I said, well, yes, it does. I'm like, wow, look at what you're into, Miss Healthy. We need to have a talk. And so she's on my list. But guess what she did? She gave me her phone number. She's in my phone. She went from cold to warm, and now she's mine. And so I haven't contacted her until today. This was several days ago, because I don't pounce like a dog to a bone. I give it a few days and let them even almost forget me. And then I'm like, hi. And I send them a picture of me. Hi, remember me? We met at Starbucks. You had that cool shirt on. And so I just want to encourage you, whatever you do, wherever you go, I don't give cards on purpose. I get their number in my phone. And then I follow up and I follow through and I love them until they want to hear everything I have to tell them. You can do the
I
same.
love that. I love that. I love that tip too, Donna. And just know, again, everyone, you know your style. But when I train, I have to train for the brand new person.
Yes.
Donna is experienced, okay? The brand new people can only handle so much. So
True.
I'd rather you fail forward fast for the first 3 instead of making mistakes for the first 6. And
Yes.
again, if you're doing 3 people a day times 3 days, you still got to follow up with 9 people that week. If you're doing it 5 days, that's 15 people that week.
True.
If you're doing it for 2 weeks, that's 30 people for 2 weeks. That you understand the compounding effect. So that is why I'm slowing everything down now. There's a difference now, and I'm going to talk about this at the end of the call. There's a difference between launching your business, meaning that you can literally call 30 people a day and tell them that you're excited and you want to launch, which is really for the people that have a network. Or you can do the 333, which is for the people that are fitting us in your nooks and crannies. You find out, you figure out which one are you. Do you want to launch or do you want to fit us in your nooks and crannies? Does that make sense? I would say 80% of our team is fitting us in the nooks and crannies. Only between 20 or 10% of the people can truly launch, okay? And that's because you've been in the industry, you have a network, or you're just super, super excited and you belong to part of a big organization where you can physically, you have the trust factor, you have the influence to invite people to something. Am I clear on that, everyone? That's
awesome.
Can I say something, Peter? Can I
So
ask a
good.
question?
It's really
Yes.
good.
Can I ask
Go
a
ahead.
question?
Yes, Diane.
So I've been using the system. I mean, I always ask if they know about stem cells. Have they heard about stem cells? Would it be okay if I sent them for some information, then I'll follow up? You know that I know a lot of networkers. So another one I talked to the other day, of course, right away, they want more information. And I said, Janice, just do me a favor. I really don't want to tell you anymore. I just really want you to watch this video and then we'll talk afterwards. But what I'm asking you is, I think that's the best way to approach people that know that I've done some network marketing before and they know I'm excited and they know I know about health and technology. But I think some people are going to run up against that when tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And there's got to be a way to shut that down.
I feel you on that one because I get that too, Diane. And they're like, come on, Peter, you know me. Just give me the scoop. What is it? Then, Diane, I would tell you, practice your 60-second elevator speech. Have a 60-second elevator. Hey, Lisa, I'm sending this to you. What have you found? What have you heard about stem cells? And what if there's a technology out there that can turn your stem cells on? But Diane, tell me more. I will tell you more. I really just want you to, for the first time, I want you to see the information for yourself because I know once you see it, you're gonna be like me. So I want to show you exactly how this business or the duplication works. That's what I've been telling my friends, Diane.
Okay.
And then they're like, Peter, I respect you. I get it. Because then they know if Diane calls you, it is a business already. They understand. But then if you give them the candy before they clean their room, sometimes it spoils the surprise. It spoils the buildup. Does that make sense, everyone? It kind of spoils the date. If I'm telling you to go on a blind date, but then I'm showing you a picture already. That already spoils it right there.
It's a good analogy.
Right, Diane? So again, I want to show you I want to show you this property, Diane, in California. I want to show you how to get this house for $250,000 and it's worth $500,000. I won't show it to you until I know your FICO score and if you can afford it. I want everyone to start teaching and learning and feeling what pre-qualifying is. I want you to feel the value, because again, in network marketing, we've been told, and this happens even here in LifeWave, hey, this is amazing technology. This company is blowing up. You're gonna make a lot of money. Come join me. I'm building a binary. You have to position yourself. Da, 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 da. Do you remember that, Diane?
Yeah.
How does that feel if somebody would do that to you in today's time, right now?
I'd probably run the other way.
Exactly, because you know, even though it is the best technology, but if you don't value and message that technology, no matter how great our X39 is, but if you whore it out just like any other company or any other product, they will just resonate. Oh, it's just another thing. I don't want that anymore for you. I don't want it anymore for me. If we can just take that extra 5 minutes or the extra 2 more questions, Diane, just to build that up now, wouldn't that person appreciate what you did for them? Because they're still going to get the information anyways.
Right, right. And
Right?
she is coming in, so that's a good thing. But
And when she, yeah, go ahead.
I had to hold her off. I mean, it was tough.
Yeah, it is tough, but then I want, the moment you hold her off, what you did is you set boundaries. For the first time, I hate to say this, if you have not had set boundaries, you set boundaries and you told her, Lisa, this thing is that good. It is so good. I want you to see it for yourself. And when people see it for themselves, Diane, isn't it different when they get their own aha moment and you just literally just drop the seed? They saw it for themselves. They called you back and they're like, Diane, wow, is this thing really that true? Is this really that real? You know what, Lisa? It is. What did you like about what you saw? Then you can have another dialogue on what they saw. If you told them everything, Diane, what are you going to have a dialogue on?
Right.
What are you really pre-qualifying on? And remember, we're not valuing once. We're not asking 1 or 2 questions. We're peeking. So you, because of your trust, because who you are, you call them, they're already peaked. But I want you to peek them another step, another 2 more steps. So they're like, oh my God, I can't wait for you to send me this website. And then when you send them the website, Lisa, what other challenges are you having? I have frozen shoulder. My husband has the macular degeneration in the eyes. My son has eczema. What else you got? Hey, you're gonna love our system now. I'm gonna send you a Zoom testimonial on specifically your issues, your husband issues, and your son issues. What did we just do right there, Diane, when you did that?
You got them thinking about what this technology could do for them and what the company might be able to do for them.
And
You
if she's a
pre-qualified.
networker like you, if she's a networker like you, she's paying attention to, wow, Diane didn't convince me. She didn't push me. She showed me tools. And if this team has all these testimonials, that means I think I know where Diane is going at it. Does that make sense, Diane?
Yes,
What I'm
thank
saying
you.
is that you are learning now to even use our tools to pre-qualify to the next level. And again, why are we doing this, Diane? Because we're changing the way we're doing business in network marketing today. What we have created is, it has to go against the narrative of what we've done. We're not here buying diamond packs and giving it away like candy and hoping that out of 19 people, 3 people stick and then they do the same thing. That is like ignorance on fire. Yeah, that might have worked maybe years ago, but today our community, the social, the world, people, your neighbors, they've already been approached like that before. They've already heard of network marketing. They've already been, whispered in their ears. What makes you so different? I want to teach that.
One more question. So when people know that I've been in network marketing, or maybe they don't really know what it is, and I did pique someone's interest, sent her the video, she called me back, she really liked it. And then she said to me, Diane, is this network marketing? Or is this multi-level marketing? And I said, yes, it is. I said, but don't think about it that way. I said, because this is so organic. I said, if you can help people feel better in their lives, to me, that's all that it's worth.
I love the way you put that, and I will add on to that too. Yes, it is. What do you like about network marketing? Or what don't you like about network marketing? Well, Diane, again, this is another pre-qualified, Diane. What don't you like about it, or what do you like about it? What does that do? I want to pre-qualify you if this is for you. Again, I'm throwing it in your shoes now. So if she says, oh my God, I love it. It's network marketing. I've been looking for that. Done. Oh my God. Diane, the reason why I asked is because I failed 5 times in my 5 previous companies. And, I don't even think I can do this again. So, but, I'm listening to you because I know you love network marketing. That's why I picked up your phone. But the reason why I'm asking if this is network marketing is because I want to know why you're doing it. So do you understand when they're coming to, if they're asking you a question,
yeah,
ask them back the question. But this time around, what do you like it, or what don't you like about it? You give them 2 options. You're not saying, well, yes, it is, and you can make a lot of money in it, or this time is different. You don't want to say something else in back of that. That means you're going into a convincing mode now. We're not convincing them again. But if they ask a question, ask them another question. Why did you ask that question? Did you have a failure, or do you like it? Yes or no? And then from there, you move to the next questions and the next questions. Does that make sense, everyone?
Can I make a comment on that same thing?
Yes, you can.
And I also wrote it in here. David Schmidt has a Q&A right now that someone else asked him about, and I put the information down, and he says very clearly, and what I say to people when they ask me, I say, absolutely it is. And I'm so thankful that our inventor and our owner chose direct sales. As he said, had he put it in a GNC, or had he released it through the medical model, it would have gone dead on the shelf. And he saw direct sales as the best way to put it into the hands of the people more effectively and quickly, more on a grassroots level. And that way we can all have access to it. And normally, literally 99% of the time, people that are against direct sales just look at me and go, oh, he sounds really smart. And that ends the argument. It's all over. They don't even, if they're against direct sales, they don't even care at that point, because they're like, oh, that was smart, because they recognize that the culture we're in right now, 3 years after COVID and what's happened globally, they recognize even that this is the best way to get through to humanity if you want to really help people. So I just wanted to add that to that for those of you who are wondering, oh my gosh, what do I do? He says very clearly, I did this on purpose. This was my intention, and this was why.
Thank you, Donna. And that is the most beautiful explanation why this isn't network marketing, why it isn't direct sales. And again, everyone, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there is a taboo, but guess what? In today's world, you better be in a network marketing company, because today's wealth is what? People.
Help. Yes.
People. If you don't have a network, you're solo. If you're solo in this world, doesn't matter how much money you got, whatever you got, you can't use it. Okay? It's people that will get you anywhere because of this network marketing. When you build up to a rank, when you graduate here, and again, a rank, all a rank does, it defines how many people you have helped. So for example, If Debbie has never been in this industry before, she spends 2 years here building skills, helping people, learning how to go through this journey. And now she builds in Mexico. She has a team in Canada, Europe, Asia, right, Debbie? And then all of a sudden you travel somewhere and then you talk to your friends. Hey, I'm going to Costa Rica. Who do you know there? Oh, you know your teammates there. They have a little hub out there that you can share. Call them. That's your network. I don't know them, but because you're part of a network, people will take care of you. Does that make sense, everyone? That right there is what is priceless. You cannot have that in a job. You cannot have that in traditional business. But only in network, we're responsible because somebody introduced you, somebody knows that person, somebody knows that person. So you're connected through people, okay? And that's what this industry is about. Now, one more share. Does anybody want to share one more person of what they applied last week and what they got out of it? And thank you, Diane, for sharing that. That's great. Now, even for someone like Diane, who's been in the industry, she can come back to me and now go, Peter, I'm doing the 333. I'm learning it through my nooks and crannies, or I'm ready to launch. When Diane tells me I'm ready to launch, she can literally call 10, 20, 30 people and say, I finally found something. I'm so excited about this. What have you heard about stem cells? Watch this website and I want to invite you to my launch call. She can do that when she's ready, but she's not, because she wants to take her time and really understand the system, right, Diane? But if you're ready to launch, you call me, we can launch anytime. And our next topic next week is how to launch your business, okay, next week.
Awesome.
We're going to teach that. So
Scott
does
Stringer has a question. He's raised his hand. You asked for another
Go
offer.
Oh, okay.
unmute yourself.
Hi there.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell my story. So I watched your video. I watched it on Saturday, and it was so compelling because I'm the kind of person who talks too much, and something about that just clicked. And I played it back. I kept rewinding. I played it 5 times because I didn't want to write it down. I wanted to know it. So I played it 5 times, and then yesterday, I'm talking to somebody on the phone about something unrelated, and her energy was so great. And I just blurted out, what do you know about stem cells? And she goes, oh, I know a lot about stem cells. It was like a light bulb went off with her. And I said, and I used the thing, yeah, you know how they do it, they inject it and all that. And she goes, oh, that's very invasive. And I said, so I said, did you know? And then I used the did you know, lean forward like you did. It was great. And before I know it, she was on the science and technology call last night, and I'm talking to her right after this call today. And I know she's coming on board. She was so excited by the end of it. And I kept my mouth shut. That was the thing. I kept my mouth shut. I just said the line and listened, which I hadn't done before.
So Scott, let me ask you a question. Is this your
Yes.
first network marketing company, or have you done this before?
I've done it before, but the last one, I ended it in 2007. So it's been a long time.
Okay, so you've been out of the gym for 6 years now. You're coming back into the gym.
16 years.
Oh, 2016. Oh man, 16. Okay, even longer.
Yeah.
So you've been out of the game for that long. You're coming back. You compelled with this technology, and you are really realizing that your old muscles did not get you where they got you, and now you're ready for new muscles. And you know, it gave me goosebumps because again, now that you applied this, Scott, every person you talk to now, you're creating better duplication, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And then if you did not learn this, Scott, if you did not even show up for that training, if you did not do that, from that point on, you still don't know what you don't know. So you will still apply what you don't know, and that will cost you what? More time, more energy, more failures, which you don't need to, by just learning, applying simple steps. So Thank you for sharing that, Scott, because I believe all of us need to hear this. And that's why these calls are so important, because I want to get into the nooks and crannies. So everyone, you heard it from Scott. So Scott, keep us updated next week. I want to follow up with you. What happened to this lady? What did she come in with? And what did she see about the podcast or the website that got her excited? Okay.
Sure will.
Awesome. So everyone, we have only 15 minutes left. I want to take 5 minutes now to talk about the podcast.
And we have our first testimonial when we do the popcorn. I want to, when it's time, I want you to be sure and call on Linton Hadassah, because they already posted, just not even know what we're going to do. And
so
awesome.
Everyone, after, in the next 5 minutes, when I'm done with this sector, we're going to do another 5-8 minutes of 30-second popcorn testimonials. We want to teach you this. So Donna, get their names. Whoever wants to share, they'll unmute themselves. So everyone, this is, we did the peak, we did the pre-qualify. Now I want to talk to you about the podcast. What is the podcast, everyone? The podcast is your best friend. The podcast is your business partner. The podcast is your leadership training. The podcast is your infomercial. The podcast is your presenter. The podcast is your trainer. The podcast is your three-way calls. The podcast is your duplication system. Why? Because the podcast is doing all the work for you. The 3 reasons why people fail in this industry is because we force people to present, to train, to waste time on 3-ways without them being pre-qualified. This is the reason why when we found the podcast, which is a tool, the podcast will not only save you time, it will save you money, it will save you heartache, it will pre-qualify for you, it will do everything for you without you even knowing that. The podcast is building your first generation. It is training the people that you brought in. It is building your second generation. It is training the people that they brought in. It is building your third generation. It is training the people they brought in. It is building your 2 legs. Because every time when you teach that to your teams, you're building your 2 legs. And what do we teach everyone? Learn how to make $50 a day, which we will talk again next week. So I want everyone to understand, if you have not been on a podcast, get on it. It is a constant reminder. Every time when I'm on a podcast, it reminds me, why am I doing this business? Because I'm hearing people in pain. I'm hearing stories, right? On the podcast for 6 days a week, you literally have 10 to 14 PDs and SPDs, the highest ranking in our company, training, talking, presenting for you. If your only one skill set in this lifetime, in your career, is to teach how to invite people to see a preview of a movie before they even get to enjoy the movie, if they get to test drive the Bentley before they even get to buy the Bentley, if there is a company that created this system for you to win, why don't you take advantage of it? And I can prove to you in many ways. I had many leaders join us. They came from other companies. They're like, Peter, I'm going to beat your record. I'm going to be bigger than you. I want to challenge myself. I'm like, kudos. The one thing I'm going to tell you is you better make sure they plug into the podcast. Guess what happens? They enrolled 20, 30, 40 people within the 30, 60, 90 days. After 90 days, they call me back. Peter, this business is not working. What happened to my residual you promised me? What happened to all this income that I see other people making? I'm like, okay, John Doe, one question. Were you ever on the podcast? No, I know, because I don't see you there. So if you don't go to the gym, why would all these 30, 40 people that you enrolled want to go to the gym too? You did a disservice to all of them. Does that make sense, everyone? Why are we not using tools that are presented for us? When people get on the podcast, when your prospects get on a podcast, what do they see? They hear raw testimonials outside of you. They see hundreds of people of all ages, all backgrounds. Does not matter if they have experience or not. They're getting to see people, all kinds of people, because we all have stem cells. They get to see a system where they're in their mind. Remember, there's only 3 things they want to ask themselves before they say yes to anyone or anything. Does the product work? Yes. Will it work for me? Yes, you got stem cells. Can I do this business? That needs to be answered after they talk back to you. Does that make sense, everyone? If you can answer those yes, 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 what are they gonna do? Oh, where would you like this product shipped to? What name would you like this account under? Which package would you like to start off? You want 3-month supply, 5-month supply, wholesale? The more you buy, the more you save. You are literally an Amazon order taker. You are a skillful listener. You are learning 3 skills: to peak, pre-qualify, and podcast. Pick a package. Peak, pre-qualify, package. Whatever you want. Sample pack or wholesale pack. It's up to you. Does that make sense, everyone? It's the same thing as ask, share, and give. So I really want to hone in on the podcast today. Next week, we are literally going deeper into the compensation plan. We will go deeper into how to launch your business, okay? Whether you want to go big or you want to just fit us in your nooks and crannies, either way, we love you. We want you in the gym. So now let's get ready, Donna. I want to save the best for last. I always want to hear testimonials, but when you share your pre-qualifier, like what Cindy did, she shared her testimonial, or what Diane did, she shared their testimonials, right? We're going to have to teach you how to share your testimonial quick. So I would love to hear people's testimonial. And this is what Donna calls the 30-second or 60-second popcorn testimonial. So Donna, go ahead and take over this segment. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Sure, I'm on it. Okay, before I continue, I just want to say I put in the chat, I want all of you to take 30 seconds first, go to the chat where it says Zoom meeting link -- click link below to join or call in. I want you, all of you, to click on the little 3 dots next to it where it says more and click copy. And then I want you to take that and I want you to put that in your phone or put that in your notes section or put that in your computer, whatever you want to do. And then add that to your calendar. And then you can put that in your calendar for every day. Mine's 8 p.m. Central Time, every day, Monday through Thursday, and 3 p.m. It's on my calendar. And all I do, I have to click on it. And then guess what I need to do? I click invite, and I invite people that are in my phone already. And the links are there for them. This is just a way to make it easier for you. But this link is in startx39biz.com, and it would be wonderful for you, if you are in this group, to go and learn how to use it. That's what I'm going to say about that. Okay, next, first testimonial. I saw Linton. Linton, are you still here? Linton, if you're still here, please unmute yourself. Okay, can you, and did you go ahead and do the 30, go ahead and get your points for me? And although I'm gonna give you 45 seconds, dude, because you got a lot going on. Go ahead, tell us your testimonial, sir.
So March 13th, 2021, I went in the hospital with severe COVID. This is my tool to gauge how well I was doing on my breath. They wouldn't release me from the hospital until I hit at least 1,000.
You're on blur, so nobody can see it because you have the blur, but
Okay.
just describing it is perfect. Go ahead.
It's the spirometer that tests your breath.
Awesome.
How much you're able to take into your lungs. And I was only able to hit 1,000. They finally get discharged after 2 months with COVID. I've been up to about 1,500 as a baseline for the last 2 years. And when Marcus Dennis introduced me to this just about 3 weeks ago, he said, I really want to help you because you're my friend, and see if this can make a difference in your life. What I've seen in 3 weeks is a huge change in my energy. My lungs have more capacity. I'm up to 1750 now.
Wow.
In under
Wow.
3 weeks. My massage therapist and my chiropractor, they're amazed at the difference in my body because I'm using not just the X39 patch, but the Eon and the glucosamine patch, just to try and knock down the inflammation in my lungs and everywhere else. My scars that I've had since I was 12 years old on my appendix have started disappearing. Lots going on. So
That is amazing. Let me ask you a question. Have you given your testimonial yet?
online, not yet. Marcus and Mary Lou and I were just talking about that this
Okay,
morning.
could you go to our team, our calendar team? I'm putting in here, calendar team. I think that's right, .com. And if I'm wrong, somebody can fix it. Anyway, go ahead and ask Marcus how to go ahead and put your testimonial in there so you can get in line to give your testimonial live. That would be amazing. And we want to know when it is. We want to know when that is.
Ourteamcalendar.com. So
Yes, please do that. Yes. Now, Marcus, if you have the testimonial, that's what this time is for. Do you have a testimonial? Because your hand's been up for a while.
I do.
Okay, go ahead. Popcorn, 30 seconds, go.
A year ago, I saw a miracle in front of my eyes in 20 minutes. After dealing with COVID for over a week and fighting to get oxygen in her lungs, doing over 20 things, within 20 minutes of putting patches on that I didn't believe in, Lori's oxygen content jumped 2 points when it took me a week to get 1 point. From then on, her expectation was that she'd get 80% lung capacity. In 43 days, she was at 100%. We saw a miracle in our eyes in 20 minutes. And that's what got me involved in this. Personally, it's been slow, and now sharing it with people across the world, I believe it's a God-given gift, and I hope you take a look at something that I'm passionate about. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That is amazing. Thank you so much. That is beautiful and amazing. Amazing. Denise, what is your testimonial? You have 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, so it's Christopher. Everybody's heard of Christopher. He, my miracle was he was sitting in my living room, barely getting up the steps. Carrie was here. We patched him, and within 3 days, he was able to walk a half a mile. He has MS, I'm sorry. And he was basically wheelchair bound. So in 3 days, he walked a half a mile. After a month, he walked a MS whole mile. And he was told by 5 different doctors that he would never have kids because of his background and his MS. And he just had a child on my birthday.
happy birthday and how amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
and he's doing wonderful. I mean, he's
absolutely.
moving
Awesome.
houses. He's just,
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Debbie Kelly, did you have a testimonial? Was your hand raised? If so, go ahead and unmute. 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I guess I could call me, excuse me, me a one patch wonder. I had severe pain in my elbow and my shoulder. It started in my shoulder, went to my elbow. My elbow started to lock up. And my previous chiropractor I had in Florida and his wife called me and told me about the patches. And I didn't even need the patches. I said, I'm in, because I've suffered MS for over 47 years.
Wow.
And I need all the healing I can get. So anyway, I wore the patches for the first 24 hours. And then 10 minutes after taking my patches off that day, I noticed I was reaching down and putting things up with my left arm.
Awesome.
My elbow had unlocked and the pain reduced probably 50%. And then over the next 10 days, probably the pain pretty much disappeared. I had some kind of a funny feeling, don't know what it was, but like pressure. And my shoulder pain didn't come back. And that was x-rayed, and I was told that I have a bone spur and osteoarthritis. I have not gotten that sharp pain back in my shoulder. And I've been on patches since October 13th.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. And have you given your testimonial yet publicly besides right now?
I have not,
Could
no.
you, or if you're able to, could you go to ourteamcalendar.com and go ahead and put yourself in a spot? Can you know, if you don't know how to do that, can you talk to the person who sponsored you and have them help you? And if not, you can text me at
Sure.
28. You know how to do it?
What is your text you at what?
281
281.
948
Mhm.
5642, and I'll help you do that.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
I'm going to go ahead and give another, I'm going to talk this one, Jeanette
This
Hagan.
will
We
be
have
our last one.
Okay, yep, I'm gonna do 1 30-second one. Janet Hagan said, I'm talking to a friend who also has long haul COVID since 21, only 65% lung capacity, has to use oxygen at night. She's been on the patches 2 days. She's told me today she went to the store, hasn't been able to do that in a while. She has energy that she hasn't had. Thank you so much, Jeanette, for sharing that. And we thank all of you for sharing. Listen, write down your testimonials. Go ahead and give yourself the time, record yourself if you have to, write down your testimony. Everybody's got one. Write it down. If you don't have it, just think to yourself, I'm alive, I'm breathing. There's your testimony until you have an even better one. And then get ready so that we have time to do these popcorns, because this is encouraging and strengthening, guys. And thank you so much for sharing. Peter, it's all yours.
I'm going to take 2 more minutes and we're going to close the call. I want to answer Andreas' question, and I think everyone has the same question. I get the excuse a lot that they can't afford the patches. Who here gets that all the time?
Of course, but you just got to confront it with the truth.
Who here? Okay, Andrea, again, you got to know who you're talking to, number one, correct?
Yes.
You got to now, again, pique their interest way more before you even tell them what this is. You got to know, what do they want? Maybe you have to practice better at piquing, pre-qualifying their health issues now. You got to ask them what's going on with your health, because then when they truly understand that stem cells are thousands of dollars, that stem cells do regenerate and repair. Stem cells is the solution, but that solution is so expensive. We just found another solution for you. We found another solution for you. You gotta understand. Oops, there's an ice wave.
That's all right.
Okay, we gotta understand, if you peaked and you pre-qualified and you understand exactly what they're looking for, and they know, you know what they know, then there's no way by the time you even get to the price, they should be jumping. And then if they say, you know what, it's still expensive, then it's not you. You've done your job. It's either they can afford it for reals, but I will tell you right now, I don't even care how broke you are. The more broker you are, the more you're spending on stuff in your medicine cabinet, the more health challenges you have, the more opportunity you need. So that means it gives me even more time to dig in deeper. What is really your problem? And again, this is just it's just the way I project it, okay? Now, Andrea, when you talk to the person, you got to shift your mindset too. You got to be in this mindset where, like, I have a solution for you. My job is to find out what your problem is. If you cannot find out what their problem is, and if you cannot explain and educate and share the value of this solution, you will never have a transaction. Because I can tell you, everyone, when you understand the value of this thing is helping people save money. It's getting rid of your pharmaceutical drugs, which is killing you. It's getting rid of your energy, your sleeping pill, your hair products, your makeup. When your skin is when your skin is tight, you're using less makeup, right? For the women, when your body is strong, you don't have to do all this protein, all this other stuff that you're spending money on. So I like to talk about, to people that cannot afford it yet, how much can this save you? And then later I spin it around. Oh, I can save you $10 a day. I can save you $20 a day for you and your family. And remember, if you're the breadwinner, if you're the one making the most money for your home, can you really afford to get sick? So then we have to really think. So, oh, you can't afford this, but can you afford to get sick? Right?
Yep.
Can you afford that? Now, if you can't, let me save you money. And then once you save money, let me show you how to make $5 a day, $10 a day, $50 a day. How do you do that, Peter? Because I sold you the value. Come to my podcast. Watch this website if you want it now. And if you don't, have a nice day. Enjoy the sunshine.
Also, I just want to say, all of you who think, well, let me invite them to Peter's podcast. Why don't you say it like that? Hey, hey, come to my podcast. Come to our podcast. Come to our podcast. And then it's not just, well, come see Kathleen and Charity, and come see Peter and Suzanne, and come see Marcy and Dr. Stacy. What if it's your podcast? What if we took ownership over what we're doing? And then it's an invitation to something we're already a part of, and then we're bringing them in from a cold market into a warm market.
I love it, Donna and Andrea. I hope that it helps you answer your question. If you don't, text me, okay? I'll coach you through it. But how many people resonated with that? There should not be a question. I cannot afford it. You cannot not afford not to be on this technology. That's what you got to ingrain in your mind. I will not let you go, because if you don't use this, you're being affected, you're aging, you can't feed your family, this economy is going to shit. I'm saving you right now. I have the solution for you. I talk like that to my friends.
I know, we love that about you.
If they don't get it, there is nothing left to talk about. You are one of my 3. I got 2 more people today I got to talk to. I got 3 more people that need me. I got 30 more people this month that need to be saved. We are sharing the light, everyone, and we're doing it for free. They gotta earn your time.
Yeah.
If this is the program for you, we're building your credibility. We're building your brand. We're building your skill sets. This is not network marketing 1.0 anymore. This is 2.0 now, okay? We're changing the way network marketing should be operated and done. And this organization right here is proving it to the world. So where did the time go? I can't believe it. I can't, it's another Wednesday. Did everybody learn something today? Or 2 or 3
Excellent.
or
Good
4
job.
or 5, okay? So if you have, bring all your friends, bring your workout buddies next week. We're gonna talk about a really good subject, how to launch your business and understanding the comp plan even more simpler that will apply to your lifestyle, okay? So I love you all. It's been another great call. We're gonna stop the live stream now.
And get your podcast, y'all. Get your 30-second podcast. If you can't do 30 seconds, do 60 seconds until you can get it down to 30 seconds and meet yourself where you are and start practicing it, because you're going to build confidence in your own story when you do that enough.
And tonight I will be on with Amy Holmesy for Wednesday. I am taking over tonight, so I will be your bodybuilder tonight. They're making me work twice as hard today, so I'm working for you, okay? So I'll see everybody tonight. Love
Awesome.
you. Bye.
Stop the recording.